everybody.
Hello, everybody.
How's everybody doing today?
This is episode 8 of the Tay and Tristan Hour.
Yes.
It is, what time is it? 6:45 or so?
Eastern Standard Time here in Florida, yes.
Yeah, I've been sleeping all day, or at least I meant to sleep all day. And I've been up since like 7, and I slept for 4 hours last night, but we're here. It's okay.
Why couldn't you sleep?
It wasn't that I couldn't sleep, I just stayed up late.
Well, you're 23 years old. That's what 23-year-olds do.
I stayed up till like 4.
Yeah, that is...
Actually, I think I slept for like 3.5 hours. And then I tried to go back. Well, I didn't try to go back to sleep. I was distracted by Twitter and Instagram for hours.
Social media.
Yeah, sometimes you just get sucked into a rabbit hole that you can't get out of.
Very true.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I do that a lot. I do. Mine's YouTube, though. Like, I just watch videos and just...
Well, what kind of rabbit holes do you go down? Probably all politics and Trump hating and all that. That's probably all it is.
I do get into politics, yes, but not as much as I used to. I used to get into it a lot.
That's not true. Every time I come in here, when I get off of work, it's on YouTube. It's some like political speaker, or that's all. Even I was signed into the YouTube channel. All the recommended stuff is political stuff.
It is, or astrological stuff.
Yeah, I saw some tarot thing on there too, but it's mostly politics.
Yeah, it is. I know. I just Well, I've always liked political stuff. Politics. Whenever our politicians aren't acting like high school children.
Yeah.
I'm just so, I don't know what to do. I think a lot of people are desensitized to what's going on politically. I don't know. I'm just tired. Like, I listen to it, and sometimes I can't even listen to an entire broadcast, whether it's coming from MSNBC. I do not watch Fox News.
You should watch Fox News.
I have watched Fox News. I have. I can be fair. And I'm more moderate. I'm not like a progressive or just like a crazy liberal or anything like that. I'm just not. I'm the type of person I've become more
conservative.
No, I wouldn't even consider myself conservative. I think I'm the type of person that's just, I think about things related to my morals and my values and what's on my heart. Because both sides to me are crazy. I can't. Yeah,
I agree.
I can't pick one. I can't. I don't even know what else to say about it. I really don't.
Yeah, I don't. I barely pay attention to that stuff. I don't watch the news or anything.
I'll just say this. God help us. Mm-hmm. That's what I'll say. God help us. I can't wait for Jesus to come back. Because it is wearing me out. That's all I'm going to say.
Well, it's your fault. It doesn't have to wear you out. It doesn't wear me out.
Well, no, you don't have to allow it. You mean it in that way?
Yeah, right? You don't have to constantly be paying attention to that kind of stuff.
Well, I don't, but I mean, I have watched it on YouTube, and I think once you watch something a few times, and there's like, oh, here, recommend this.
Well, yeah, that's the whole point of it. That's the algorithm. It's going to recommend you stuff that you watch that it knows that you like.
Right. Yes. Yeah. But I've always, because I loved political science. I even thought about running for office.
Are you serious?
I did. When we lived in Springfield, I thought about running for office. Yes. I wanted to get into the political arena. I did. Yes. I took like political science. I did. Yeah, I really did want to go that avenue. And because it wasn't just like, ooh, I want to be like in the Senate for like the rest of my life, which
You wanted
I
to
will
be a
get in
senator?
eventually. Yeah.
Wow.
And that's just for me, it's like, I think you need people. I think we need people in Congress that have lived a life where they've struggled and yeah, I think
I
it's
agree.
I think there's people in there that live in a completely fantasy world and don't know anything about they claim to be from places where yes, I struggled. Well, I don't, I think there's a lot of people in there that have just been completely corrupted. Everybody's corrupted and are
Well,
gone.
I wouldn't say everybody, but
A
a
lot of them
lot, the vast majority, I would say.
and so the people that are really trying to do something are really outweighed. Like they're just it's kind of like a David and Goliath
Yeah.
mentality there. There are people that are trying to fight
Mm-hmm.
and really make some serious change and good change for people, for the American people. I do believe that, but it's just there's the corruption just outweighs that. And it's unfortunate. It really is. But I wanted to do that. I did.
You
And
don't think you would be corrupted as a politician?
no. No.
Really?
No.
Not in the least bit.
No.
You wouldn't
And
take any payola?
nope. And you know why?
Why?
Because, and this is just me. No, because I have God and the Holy Spirit in my heart. I do. And I
Well,
think
so does Donald Trump.
I think my don't get me started. And I think that my really don't get me started because I'm sure we have listeners that are not that yeah, and I'm not going down that path. So I'm just not gonna do it. But and it doesn't get to talk about it. I'm not gonna
Okay, go on, go on.
see, there you go. It's just like you're planting that seed. You wanted to do that.
No, I was just saying.
Um,
You remember the picture where he was holding the Bible
upside
and
down. Upside down.
it was probably
And he doesn't know he can't say one passage out of the Bible. Don't get me started.
I'm sure he knows
So-
one.
Okay. So no, to answer your question, no, I would not because my guilt, my conscience would not allow me to do that. I would leave before that. I couldn't, no. I mean, I would want to do good for people, but no. There were things that I couldn't do as a director, as being like a program director for a company that went against my morals and my values. That is probably why God was like, nope, you don't need to be in that field because that's not where you need to be.
But it's different when there's a
Yeah.
lot of money involved. Because
Yes.
present day, there's a lot of money involved in politics.
Sure, there is. Yeah. Well, that's why they have lobbyists.
Which is the root of the corruption.
Mm-hmm. Because people, I think, go there with the intention of really doing good. I'm not saying like their motivations to get in there. Now, some people want power, and there's greed. They want power, and once people, it's like Mitch McConnell's been in there forever.
Nancy Pelosi.
Nancy Pelosi's not in office anymore.
But she was in there for a long time.
Oh, for a long time, and they just get so addicted to the power that everything else goes out the window. That's all they see, and it just becomes so self-indulgent.
Mm-hmm.
And then you take away everything, and then there's nothing for the American people, just nothing. And these are people that we vote in there, and it's extremely polarized. It's red and blue, it's Democrat, it's Republican, and yeah, we're the ones that are suffering.
Yeah, I would say so.
We are. Rich people are not suffering. They're not, as far as from a financial standpoint.
Well, of course not.
So they don't. I don't think, unless they're self-made millionaires, don't understand what it's
Donald
like.
Trump
What
is-
it's
Donald-
like.
Wait, Donald Trump is a self-made millionaire.
Sure, he is, My daddy gave me $400 million.
It wasn't 400 million.
He left him 400 million. Okay, so Donald Trump was like, I took $1 million and I turned it into billions. He's full of it, dude. He's full of it. His daddy left him $400 million. No,
Well,
no.
what was he supposed to do? Not take it?
Of course, well, yeah, it was left to him, but then he squandered that and filed bankruptcy like 8 times.
He's still a billionaire.
Yeah, well, yeah, but I mean, he's not a good businessman.
I don't think that's true. He has many successful businesses.
Yeah, I know. Trump University, Trump Steaks.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, no, I'm sure.
But I think that the only way that to get rid of corruption would be to take money out of politics. That's the only way you could do it.
But could you really take money out?
No,
of
I'm
politics?
saying that'll never happen.
Right.
But I'm saying that's the only way that it would happen.
I think you need people who actually have morals and values.
But the people that have morals and values aren't the kind of people that want to run for office. The people.
I don't agree with that.
What do you mean?
Because if you want to make change, you have like integrity and good morals and values. You want to do good. You want to do good. So that makes you motivated to change. And the only way that you can make real change is if you are in a position to change law and write legislation. So that, your morals and your values are going to drive you to do something like that, So yeah, they go there with that intention. So I that's my point of view. This doesn't mean my point of view is right, but that's just the way that I see it,
Well, yeah, of course there's politicians that want to make change, but I'm just saying that the people that should be running for office, the people that are intelligent and level-headed and think of things objectively, they're not the kind of people that want to deal with that sort of thing.
Right.
To run for office and, whatever.
Yeah. So you're saying cutthroat people who don't have very strong morals are the ones that run for office?
A lot of them, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, of course, a lot of them do want to make change, but
I think people can have really good morals and values, but they have to be very extroverted and outspoken and extremely driven.
Yeah.
Very intelligent, but they have to have kind of that extra something. Yeah. I agree, but yeah, it's just, I'm so, it's the whole thing with what happened with Marjorie. I wasn't going to go into this on this podcast, but since we're talking about politics, and I don't know how.
Explain. I don't know what happened. I know her name was trending on Twitter. What happened?
So what Marjorie Taylor Greene, they were kind of talking about this. There's something to do with Merrick Garland and whatever they were voting on with him, who is the head of the Department of Justice in the Biden administration. So Marjorie Taylor Greene is a Republican congresswoman, and she made some sort of remark about Senator Crockett, who is an African American woman, and she made a comment about she needed to do something with her fake eyelashes in order to read whatever was on a piece of, I don't know.
Well, were her eyelashes big?
I don't know. I guess she's, even if she's wearing fake eyelashes, it's the fact that she made this comment towards this African American woman.
Yeah.
And so it's like, why would you even need to make that remark if the other woman didn't even instigate anything, or you guys are kind of going back and forth and having this whatever. Mm-hmm. So So, the African American woman, Senator Crockett, she made this, I think you're looking it up. She made this, comment. She did the point of order where she wanted to respond. And then, she was like, so is it okay or something like, she's like, so if I called her, or if I said something about a bleach blonde, what is it? If I said something to somebody like bleach blonde, what is the other word? It's like trending on Twitter and everything.
What? Stupid?
No, it was bleach blonde. something built. I don't know. Look it up. It's
I
something.
don't know what
No, it's on the phone. Just look up what she called her. Yeah,
what who the
yeah. Said
what
just
the
look
other
up.
lady said.
No, Senator Crockett. Just like
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
yeah. It's like something body. Like it's like a. I cannot remember like what it is, but it's some kind of weird name, and I'm like, it's just very high school. Like the whole thing was just very, very high school. Name calling. It just, it's just ridiculous. It's
Yeah.
ridiculous. Okay, but yeah, it just butch body something. Yeah,
Butch body?
yeah, like a bleach blonde, something built butch body something. It's so stupid.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what if I'm not going to be able to find it.
Yeah, it's on there. It's not.
Oh, I see it.
Yeah.
If somebody on this committee then starts talking about somebody's bleach blonde, bad built butch body, that would not be engaging in personalities, correct? I
Yeah.
don't know what that means.
Well, meaning like, it was okay for she was responding to what Marjorie Taylor Greene had said about her fake eyelashes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Bad built butch body is crazy.
yeah. Basically, she didn't call her out by name, but she was referring to what
Wait, let me see if she actually has a butch body. I want to see.
she
I want to see what she looks like.
Marjorie Taylor Greene, yes.
I don't think she has a butch body.
It's just a comeback, but then but here's the thing is where it's very childish.
She does have a thick neck.
Yeah, but it's just like, why? This is what I'm talking about. This is what the news is focusing on, and it's like there are people dying in the street. There are people protesting. There are people dying. There are people starving. Oh my, it's so stupid. It's so stupid. And it's high school. And these are people who are making our laws.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm frustrated to no end. I'm just so sick of it.
What's the first thing you would do if you were elected president?
I would get rid of everybody in Congress.
You can't do that. You can't get rid of everybody.
I would want to get rid of everybody in Congress and start with a clean slate.
Wow.
I would. If I could make an executive order to do that, I would, and have the states put up new candidates. Seriously.
Wow.
Because those people that are in there have been in there forever. A lot of them have, and they're old, and they're set in their ways, and they're not going to change. And a lot of them are just not they're not objective.
Yeah,
and they can't think outside of the box. And you need to, and these, like I said, these are the people that have the power. People that are in the House of Representatives, people that are in the Senate. These are the people that make legislation. These are the people that are making the laws, not the president.
Mm-hmm.
And you have people in there that are acting like high schoolers. And men are sitting there giggling about these two women catfighting. And come on.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Like I said, they need to get rid of everybody.
Yeah.
It's so stupid. I'm sorry I'm on my rant, but it just pisses me. It pisses me off.
Mm-hmm.
And they really need to get people in there with freaking common sense.
Yeah, I think they should get some younger people.
Oh yeah, thank you. Thank you. Yes, son. Yes.
Yeah, there shouldn't be 70 and 80-year-olds in there.
No.
Freaking,
They do need term limits. Like seriously, they need term limits on the Supreme Court. They need term limits in Congress.
Yeah.
You need young people in there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's a generational thing too. It's not just, come on, old 80-year-old people in there trying to make laws and they can't even string two sentences together. That goes all the way up to the presidency too.
Yeah.
I think that after you get a certain age, you should not be able to run for president.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't think you should.
I agree.
I don't think you should be able to run for president over the age of 65.
I was going to say 70, but yeah, 65 is good.
65. If you retire at 65, you shouldn't be able to run for president.
That's a good,
after
yeah,
65.
I think that'd be a good, I don't know, restriction. You can't be over 65.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah. Because, I mean, that way, I mean, why not? Why should, I don't think that they should. People can get dementia over the age of 65.
Well, yeah, the president has it.
I know. So, I mean, why not?
Yeah.
Why should they? I don't think, because you are the leader of the free world. You have the nuclear codes.
Yeah.
And I think people who have severe mental disorders, like narcissistic personality disorder, should not be president as well.
Come on, that's not. What are you talking about?
Hey, man, come on, man. And this is, and that you'll understand why. If anybody who studies narcissistic personality disorder or antisocial personality disorder, which is also the same as like borderline personality disorder, I'll do like a whole nother podcast about that because I'm a freaking nerd. But they shouldn't be president either.
Yeah, I think that's a good rule of thumb too.
I think everybody who's running for any sort of political office needs to undergo a psychiatric evaluation.
Yeah, that would be good too.
I think so.
I think everybody who runs for office should have at least 10 mushroom trips. That's what I think. You need to be able to chill. You need to be able to just be a little more empathetic, to be able to open your mind a little bit more and see things from different perspectives.
Yeah. I think so too.
Yeah.
I don't know about the trip.
Okay, well, at least 5 then.
No.
Yeah.
They need to go have some psychiatric evaluations done.
But that's what, that's how democracy was started.
Yeah.
In Athens in ancient Greece, those guys, they were drinking mushroom tea and sitting around thinking about how to run a society.
Yeah.
I forget, there's a book about it that I read. I forget the name of it, but it goes into all of that,
Yeah.
But that's how democracy was started. They used these medicines to think about this sort of thing,
You have to figure out what you have to look at what that book is, because I would like to read that book. I'm always fascinated by stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I would really like to read
I heard
that.
about him because he was on Joe Rogan. And it's really fascinating, honestly. I don't remember what the book is called, but it's really interesting that they found these vessels with these it wasn't mushrooms, it was like ergot, which is basically like the natural form of LSD. It's basically like a mold that grows on wheat, and it's also what some people attribute to the witch trials also.
Oh, that's very interesting.
Yeah, that they got ergot poisoning and everybody went crazy and thought there was witches running around.
Oh my God.
That's what some people think.
That's terrible.
It hasn't been proven, but that's what some people think.
That's very interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't remember the name of the book. Crap.
You'll have to figure out what that is. And then, But I don't know about 5-acid or not mushroom trips. I don't know about that. But like I said, anybody running for public office, go get a psych eval.
Yeah.
Make sure they don't have any history of addiction or something, because I'm telling you right now, man, everything that this latest display of stuff that's going on in Congress and just in our it makes me sick to my stomach.
Oh, the name of the book is the Immortality Key.
The Immortality Key. And who is the author of that?
It's Brian Muraresku. A groundbreaking dive into the role psychedelics have played in the origins of Western civilization and a real-life quest for the Holy Grail. Yeah, I honestly haven't read the whole book. I like listened to half of it.
So it's on audiobooks too.
Well, no, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's
I
very
would rather read a book.
Really?
I think that's the difference, like between, because the younger generation, like your age, like you guys like to listen to audiobooks.
Well, so do older people too.
I don't know. I can't get with the audio. I like to read a book.
But it's also like, if you're listening to a book, you can do other stuff while you're listening to a book. Like when you're driving, like when I would do deliveries, a lot of times I would listen to books, or you can listen to books while you're working out or doing whatever. I'll listen to books while I'm playing video games.
Maybe I'm slow because I can't.
What do you mean?
I can't. That's like I can't focus. I don't think my brain works like that.
But that's why a lot of people are doing other things while they're listening to audiobooks.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like if I'm listening to an audiobook, I can't be up doing other things. I'm not going to be able to focus on the book, like the context of what the book is about, if I'm up doing other things. Like if I'm up doing other things, I can listen to music because it's just music, I'm not having, if I'm listening to an audiobook, I would have to be sitting like still, like I would have to be like, I think in a quiet place, like,
well, you could
like
sit, you could sit in a bath and listen to an audiobook. That's what I'm
saying. I couldn't be up doing things. I would have to be in a quiet place, almost kind of like it's a meditative thing.
Yeah.
That's how I would have to do it, because I couldn't be up moving around. I would not even understand what the book was about if I was doing that.
Yeah.
I think I might have ADHD.
Me too.
Maybe I need to go get tested for some things. I might have to go to when I go back to my doctor and be like, I think I might have ADHD or not ADHD, but ADD or something.
I don't know. What's the difference?
Because one is hyperactivity and one is just attention deficit disorder. But you can have it as an adult, but I think even as an adult, they probably won't give you anything. If anything, it would be Adderall, but...
Come on, I want that Addy.
No, people get addicted to Adderall. But we're talking about addiction next week, and I'm going to reiterate that at the end of our this episode, what next week's episode is going to be about. So, but yeah, so I had to get that off my chest because that's been, sorry for the rant, but that has been bothering me like over the last 24 hours. 20 to 36 hours. It's just been nuts. So
yeah, it's understandable.
It's just the world we're living in, and people just need to go back to the 60s where it's peace and love. Peace and love.
It wasn't peace and love for black people. You don't want to go back to the 60s.
Well, I want to go back to like Woodstock. I want to be like transported.
Yeah.
Back to a place where people just listened to music and just danced and just,
Well, they shut all that down when they outlawed psychedelics. You can blame the government for that.
Well, I don't. Well,
everything went downhill when they outlawed psychedelics.
Oh my!
Literally, the design of cars were not as good. Like the 60s, you look at a Camaro or a Mustang or a Chevelle from the 60s.
It's amazing.
Incredible. Then you go into the 70s and the 80s. They look like shit. The car, like just the design. Just the design, architecture, art, like everything just went downhill because they couldn't access that same creativity.
I don't know. What did you think about, since you brought up like art in the 70s, what did you think of the Wild Side art exhibit at the Contemporary Art Museum here in Jacksonville? What did you think of that exhibit?
Honestly, I don't remember it.
Are you serious, Tristan? We went like more than once, right?
No, I don't specifically remember. All I remember is the room with like all the different. I don't even know how to describe it. I don't even know. You know what I'm talking about? The room where there's like.
It has like the 4 different. It's like earth.
It's like
it has like the 4 different like the different elements.
Yeah, it's like as if you're looking at like I thought of it as like you're looking at someone's bedroom or something.
Yes.
Like
it was the quilt.
Yeah.
But it had different things, but they represented, I think it was the different elements, like earth, air, fire, water. I think it was something like that.
I don't know. I didn't really
Oh my gosh, she doesn't pay attention to anything.
No, I didn't really.
But it was kind of like, this is when you had art, where you had Andy Warhol and they were You didn't pay attention to anything. It's when they.
No, I just don't remember. It was a
It's
long time ago.
it wasn't that long ago. We went like a couple of months ago to the
Yeah, it's a
the
long time.
opening.
It's a long time ago. I don't remember. I don't remember that stuff.
Mercy, oh goodness, I'm older than
There
you,
was a
and I
few
remember.
pictures that I liked.
Oh my goodness. Okay, well,
But
never mind.
yeah.
Well, speaking of MoCA, or the Museum of Contemporary Art, here in Jacksonville, Florida, that me and Johnny went to. We went Wednesday night
Mm-hmm.
to a member mixer because I'm a member of the art museum, and
Oh, yeah. How was that?
it was very, very nice. So they're gonna have a new upcoming art exhibit in September. So as a member there, you get to, and Johnny was my guest because he's not a member, but you get to see like all of the upcoming art exhibits before the public does. That's the kind of cool thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's some really cool. I have the pictures on my phone, but yeah, some really cool upcoming stuff. We had hors d'oeuvres, and we had, of course, they had their wine and beer and all that, but I didn't drink anything. I had water.
Mm-hmm.
And they had to where you could do print screening, like painting. And so Johnny made me a tote because it's their 100-year anniversary of the
Mm-hmm.
museum being here in Jacksonville. And yeah, and you just got to mingle. And I got my nice little artist idea cup from MoCA. So yeah, I had a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. Met some new people. We got to wear name tags.
Name tags.
Yes, and everybody
Hello,
was
my
like,
name is.
"Well, hi, Shantae. You get to meet people. It's just getting out and meeting people and doing different things. It's just called living life.
Yeah.
It's what it's called." But yeah, it was fun. I enjoyed it.
What kind of food did they have?
I can, for the life of me, not tell you what the names of the hors d'oeuvres were, but they were very tasty.
What was in them? Caviar?
No, I've
Or
never had caviar.
tartare?
No, no, no. There was some shrimp and like some kind of yellow peanut sauce. It was very, very good. And there was some kind of like sesame sweet meatball. It was very good.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was something in like a pastry shell, like, and it had some kind of filling. I don't know what the filling was, but it was very good. And Johnny loved them. He was like, he's like, these hors d'oeuvres look really weird. But he was like, man, they were good.
That's good.
So yeah, I love that stuff. And so I think we're gonna do coffee with the curator here like in a couple of weeks if I haven't missed it. But yeah, so I love that stuff.
Yeah, it sounds like it was a good time.
Yeah.
Like it was a nice
They
time.
also have like clay. You can go in and do yoga, I think, on Sunday mornings. And then you can actually go in and do a sculpture thing. Like you can go in and draw like a naked person.
What do you mean, like a real person?
Yes.
So they have like a naked.
Models,
They
yes.
have real naked models. Can
I think that, I don't know if they're naked, but they probably are.
you just
draped in
said
something.
naked?
Well, I think they may be, but I don't know.
Why would you just say that they're naked if you don't know that they're naked?
I'm pretty sure that it's just, well, on the page they don't show them as naked, but I'm pretty.
Does it say that they are naked?
It doesn't say that, but I mean, you're sculpting a body, so I mean,
Can you volunteer to be a naked model?
I don't know. I have to ask the curator when we talk with her again. And we just talked to her Wednesday night, but I don't know. But yeah, I mean, I was thinking about doing that, even though I can't draw. But I was like, I would like to see if I could draw it. And then they show you how. It's like
It'll just
almost.
be a stick figure.
It was. It probably would be a stick figure and be like. Doot, doot, doot.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, they teach you how to do those things too. But it's just opening, your mind to something different.
Yeah.
You should try it. You should try to not be a model like that.
What if that's what I want to do?
Well, then that's what you do then.
Yeah, you don't think I could be a naked model?
You could be whatever you want.
I don't think my girlfriend would like that.
Oh my gosh.
I'm naked in front of strangers, letting them draw me.
She should be proud.
What does that mean?
Like, look at my good-looking boyfriend up there.
Oh my God, no, that's not realistic.
Oh my God.
For anybody, for most people.
I would let Johnny do it.
Oh my God.
I would.
I'm sure.
I know. Probably because we've been together too long. I'm like, yeah, go ahead, go up there. I don't care.
Yeah, that's different.
Yeah. Why? Why? Because we've been together for so long?
Well, yeah, yeah, exactly.
So you're saying I don't care?
No, I didn't say that. It's just different. That's all.
I'm like, yeah, I don't care. Go up
Some
there.
people are.
I'm not jealous. I'm not jealous.
Yeah.
I'm not the jealous type.
Yeah. Well, that goes away as you stay in your relationship for a long time.
Are you sure? Have you met Johnny?
Well, maybe not. But I'm saying for a lot of people, it does.
I'm like, have you met Johnny Bunch?
No, I'm not. I'm not talking about him. I'm just saying in general.
It goes away.
A lot of times that goes away.
That goes away because you develop trust, though, too. He's not like he was.
Yeah.
That goes away with trust.
Yeah.
It does. And you just get comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a lot better.
Speaking of naked, Diddy has been in the news the last 48 hours or so.
Yes.
So I guess someone gave CNN this video. It was CCTV footage from a hotel of Puff Daddy, Sean Combs.
Whatever the hell his nickname.
Brother Love. What other names does he have? Puff Daddy. Did I say that?
Brother Love. We know why he has that name.
He loves brothers.
Yeah, probably too much. Or he likes the brother love. However you want to say it.
Give me some brother love.
Brother love.
No, but he is on camera assaulting his former girlfriend, Cassie.
Yes.
And yeah, it was shocking. I mean, it wasn't. I mean, I'm saying it's shocking to see something like that. Is what I'm saying. But
yeah,
for Diddy, a lot of people probably weren't that shocked, given all the allegations that have been happening the last 6 months. You know.
Yeah. I mean, I was shocked to see the actual footage. I think more than anything. Yeah. I mean, the poor girl. It just reminded me. You know, it does. You mentioned something like he's the new Ike Turner. It was like,
yeah.
You know, you laugh when you say that, but it's like, my gosh, there's nothing funny about domestic violence. But whenever you see that video of her, it's like she's leaving, she's running, she's trying to get her shoes on, and then the fact that he's like just throws her like a freaking rag doll down, and then kicks her and stomps her basically, and then drags her. Yeah, it's just like, and then it said even in the affidavit and everything that happened in that video really did corroborate what she had made in a statement, you know, previously in 2016, that, you know, she was running and that she was trying to get her shoes on, and he came up behind her, and then, I mean, yeah, it's just, and he was sleeping. She left while he was sleeping, and then he woke up. Yeah. You know, and the fact that you're chasing somebody down in a towel.
Yeah, that was crazy.
The fact that you would even engage in that behavior in a public place, knowing that you're going to be on camera, is like...
Yeah, but he didn't. He obviously didn't care.
But there's cameras, and that's what I'm saying. Like, you know that there's cameras there, and you're still engaging in that behavior. It's like, what was he doing to her behind closed doors in their home? It's terrifying when you really do think about it.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, who knows what other footage there is. There's probably worse footage than that.
I'm sure.
Honestly. But he didn't care because he knew that he was going to pay somebody to either suppress that footage or take it from them, you know? Yeah. And obviously it worked for 8 years. Nobody's seen it until now.
Yeah.
You know?
Until they raided his home and they got it.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I don't know.
They got a hold of that by raiding his home. When the feds went in and raided his home, that's how they got that footage.
Yeah, probably. Probably. But I was thinking,
it is how they got that footage. It is. And then, you know, TMZ is everywhere. And they've always got somebody, you know, I'm sure on the inside that can get stuff that they pay. It's all a whatever. But
Yeah.
yeah. I mean,
But at the same time, I thought that didn't make sense because I don't think it's like a videotape, like a physical tape. Like it's digital footage that you could just probably make a copy of,
yeah, but
you
he
know?
paid for that. And if it's in his possession, though,
But we don't know for sure that it was in his
well, I don't
possession.
know. But they're assuming that it,
Yeah.
it was in his possession, though.
But if it wasn't in his possession, then the hotel looks crazy
Yeah.
for just keeping that for 8 years.
Well, they do. But did he pay someone off, and then did somebody else pay them more money for the footage? Who knows? I mean, you can spend all day trying to come up with all kinds of theories
Yeah.
about how people got that footage. The bottom line is the footage is out there. You were beating this woman for 10 years or however long you guys were together. I saw a lot of in the comments about, you've been together, she stayed with him for 10 years. Why didn't you just leave? Man, you can't leave relationships like that. They won't. That video right there is proof that even if you try to leave, they're not going to let you leave.
Yeah.
And and some people like really downplayed it. I saw like in some of the comments on Twitter, they were just kind of like, like,
Why didn't she take the
why
stairs?
didn't she take the stairs? LOL. And oh my gosh. And well, she got her money. She got paid for her pain. And it's like, you guys have like,
Yeah, what
no
what'd
idea.
she do to disturb him?
Yeah, it's just like, why? And that's probably a man that said that, honestly.
Yeah.
Or it's a woman. Women can do that too. I mean, women can say things like that too.
Well, yeah, because a lot of women are,
You know.
yeah, they're just in that mindset of, because maybe they're in an abusive relationship
Yes.
and they grow accustomed to that,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. Or there's women that have never been in that. It's like, my gosh, I would just leave. He wouldn't be doing that to me. And no, you don't know that, because it's not just like, if you've been with somebody, they're very good at manipulation. They're very good at gaslighting, and kind of telling you things that that they're doing wrong, but they can turn it around to make you look like you're crazy and like
Mhm.
they're the victim, and then you start feeling guilty for things that they did. That's gaslighting.
Yeah.
And if somebody's doing that to you for years and years and years, you get broke down. Not only are you physically being abused, but you are psychologically being abused, you're emotionally being abused, and if you're being alienated from people that care about you because they're keeping you isolated, yeah, you get broke down, and they keep pushing you down. Like, they want to make sure that you don't have anybody.
Yeah.
And he was probably doing that to her. And he was surrounding himself with people that were going to back him up. And she didn't probably have a lot of that,
Mhm.
And so when she had an opportunity to try to get away from him, she was going to try to get away. And he
Yeah.
caught her. I mean, yeah. I mean, she's very lucky. A lot of women don't make it out of domestic violence
Yeah.
relationships. They just don't.
Yeah. A lot of them end up dead too.
A lot of them end up dead.
That's what some people
Yeah.
are. People are saying that they should reopen the Kim Porter case. They think
yeah.
that Diddy might have had something to do with that.
Yeah, yeah. They have mentioned something like she had like some like a nose job done, and they said, yeah, he probably broke her nose and then paid for her nose to be fixed.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. There was a photograph that they had mentioned also of Cassie, where her head is shaved.
Oh yeah, I
And
saw
they said that like that was not like a style thing that she chose. Like, he was pulling her hair out, or he did something.
Well, I
It
saw
was something like that. I don't
saw
know.
I saw somebody say, I guess somebody that knows them or somehow affiliated, that he just forced her to shave her
Shave it.
head
Yeah,
because he
probably that
wanted,
too.
because that's what he wanted her to look like.
yeah. And she
guess.
probably just did it.
Yeah.
If she didn't, he was like, you either do this or
Mhm.
I'm not giving you a choice. You do it or I'm going to beat your ass, or what happened last time. And it's fear. It's fear, And people are like, well, she liked the lifestyle and the luxury. Yeah, I mean, and I'm sure whenever she got into the relationship with him, she probably didn't think that he was like he was. And she was young whenever she, was with Diddy.
Yeah, I
Like,
think she
not
was like
very-
20, I think, when they
Yeah.
first started going together.
Yeah, she was not that old, and he groomed her.
Mm-hmm.
He groomed her. Yeah. And probably I don't it's almost it is really terrifying when you think about it because like at what age does she finally realize, "Oh shit. Like this is bad."
Yeah. Who knows?
And it may not have taken that long. And
Yeah.
then she probably spent years trying to get out
Mm-hmm.
and couldn't. Because sometimes it could take years to get out of those relationships.
Yeah, for
It's
sure.
not something that you can just drop and leave. It's just they're not going to let you.
Mm-hmm.
They're not going to let you. They would rather kill you and say something else happened. And he's powerful enough to do that.
Oh yeah, of course.
Then
It's so crazy seeing like people were calling them couple goals. Oh my God, this is what a relationship should look like. And there's a picture of them at the Met Gala.
Yes.
And that video that took place a year before that, and then they're on the red carpet like it's it looks
Nothing.
normal and
Yes.
like nobody has any idea.
That happened.
Yeah.
You would think like, oh my gosh, they're like the best couple, and then he probably beat her ass later that night. Who knows?
Yeah.
You know.
And there's a video of them talking to some interviewer, and she asked Cassie like what do you have to say about anything you want to say or something?
Yeah.
And he just looks at her like
Yeah, exactly.
like
yeah.
you better not say anything.
Yeah.
And then she just says, "Oh, we just keep it between here,"
Yeah.
or whatever she said.
She said, "I just keep it here and between
Yeah.
us." That's what she said.
Yeah.
And then he's like, laughing. It's like, and it's just, and you go back after you see that video, and then you go back and you look at all of their interviews. You're like, oh my gosh, this girl was trapped.
Yeah.
She was trapped. She was. So whether, so like these comments, it's like, oh my gosh, yeah, I don't feel sorry for her. She got paid for her pain. She got paid. Man, no, you don't know what that girl is going through. And everybody's like, well, now she's happy now. She's got her good man now. And it's like, this girl's probably going through therapy.
Of course.
It's not just like she met somebody and now her life is perfect. This girl's probably going through some serious trauma therapy.
I'm sure. I would not be surprised at all.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like, okay, I found a good man. Now I'm good. No, I mean, I'm sure. I mean, she's gone through some stuff.
What do you think of the theory that Diddy is working for the feds? That he's a Jeffrey Epstein type character.
Ooh, I don't know about that. I don't know what to think about that. I really don't, because
I mean, I think it's plausible, honestly.
it could be. I mean, I don't doubt that he's got some dirt on some really powerful people.
Yeah. He could
Seriously.
be the Epstein of hip hop or of the music industry.
Could be. He really could be. I mean, he knows a lot of higher ups in the music industry.
And everywhere, in
every
government,
industry,
and
everything.
law enforcement, and everything.
Yes,
That's why people are saying that he's a Fed because he hasn't been arrested.
He hasn't been
ever.
arrested.
Which that doesn't necessarily mean that he's a Fed, but I'm sure that he has powerful connections.
Yes.
And he obviously has a lot of money. He
Yes.
can get out of pretty much any situation.
Yes.
And he obviously has up until now.
Yeah. Yes. So I don't know, but I know he knows a lot of people in very high and powerful places.
Yeah.
But
That's what people think, that because what Jeffrey Epstein did, he would invite these rich and famous people,
yeah.
scientists and politicians and artists,
Mm-hmm.
and bring them to the island and say, oh yeah, we're gonna party, there's gonna be girls there. A lot of them might not have even
underage girls,
but a lot of them might not have even known that there was going to be underage women there or underage girls there, right? So we'd bring them under the pretense that there's going to be girls here. They probably assume, or they might assume, that
they're legal,
that they're of age, and then they
Yes.
get them to do stuff and record them, and now you're on tape,
Mm-hmm.
being a pedophile,
Yeah.
and so you're completely compromised. Now you have to follow my rules now.
Yeah.
And that's what people think that Diddy has been doing also. Because
Yeah.
the freak offs.
Yes.
He's been doing freak offs
Recording people.
30 years.
and
Yeah, people think
positions.
that-
Yes.
yeah.
Yes. Yeah. There's a lot of powerful people that are on camera in those freak offs.
I'm sure.
From what I've heard, yes. Because Diddy did a lot of the white parties, and there were people from sports world, films, music. I mean, every every area of the entertainment industry
Yeah.
that were at them white parties.
Yeah.
Them white parties are yeah, just freaky and weird about that.
I mean, I don't
Yeah.
think that personally.
Yes, they're
No, listen.
yes.
Personally, I don't think there's anything wrong with having a freak off, as long as it's all consensual, and you're not recording people without their consent, and there's no underage people there. There's nothing wrong with having a freak off. You know, we're all adults. You know, but if you're trying to compromise someone and blackmail somebody, that's a different thing.
Mm. Okay, well, that's your opinion.
Right? You don't think there should be freak offs? People do freak offs all the time.
No.
What do you mean?
No.
You know, Eyes Wide Shut.
Yes,
Remember the
I've
scene
seen
in
that
Eyes,
film.
in Eyes Wide
Yes,
Shut? That's
yes.
probably the kind of stuff they were doing. But you'd think I mean, what's wrong with doing that with consensual adults?
I guess if
There's
you're
swingers clubs, and
I guess if you're single, yeah.
well, yeah, but I mean, but take that out. That doesn't. I'm just saying, like, there's nothing wrong.
Married people should not be doing that. No.
Well, unless they both agree to it.
No, married people should not be doing that.
I'm saying unless they both agree to it.
Okay, for the third time, married people should not be doing
Well,
that.
you can't tell people what they shouldn't do with their marriage. If they both agree to go to a freak off and have fun, there's nothing wrong with
Is
that.
it a morally right thing to do?
It might be for them.
Okay.
It might not. I don't think that doesn't matter to everybody.
Well, I'm not judging people by that. I'm just saying they shouldn't.
I don't know. I think they should do whatever makes them happy. But
That's what's wrong with society now. I think that's why. I mean, people, yes, people have free will. People have choice. I'm not. And people have free will. Yes, and they can do what they want. But sometimes people take that to an extreme,
mhm.
and it leads down paths that are not always good.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, and people sometimes, I think, need to think about long-term consequences of the choices that they make, I guess is what I'm trying to say, because sometimes I don't think people think too far.
Yeah, but they might not even want to. It's all about enjoying the moment right now.
Right.
And
I know. But
living life to the fullest right now, and doing what makes you happy.
yeah, and you can do what makes you happy and live your life to the fullest, but if you're going to engage in something that is affecting more than just you,
Well, yeah, you shouldn't.
and it's affecting more than just you, you have to think about not only your feelings but the feelings of other people that are involved. And sometimes I don't know if sometimes people think that far, because sometimes we can get caught up into our own emotions. If people make decisions that are based on your emotions, what you're feeling in that moment, and it doesn't matter what the emotion is, but if it's just emotionally driven, emotions are fleeting. They change on a dime. Okay.
Yeah.
So we can't always make rational decisions and really think about the consequences if we're making choices based on our emotions all the time. You just can't.
Of course, yeah, of course.
Because they
you shouldn't do
change,
that.
so they just change.
Yeah.
So people sometimes have to bring logic into whatever the situation is that they're making a decision about. So
Yeah.
that's just my thought. That's my nerdy.
But would you rather live a long, boring life or a short, super fun, exhilarating, exciting life?
Am I happy in my long, boring life? Am I content? Am I content with my long, boring life? Do I have everything I need in my long, boring life and I'm content with that? Yes, I'm good with that, because you can have things that are exciting, fast, exhilarating, all of these things, and I love it, but I have a short life. I can still have a long, boring, content life and find happiness and fulfillment in that.
Mm-hmm.
It depends on what you define as boring.
Say a Catholic monk compared to Jimi Hendrix. Would you rather?
Jimi Hendrix died at the age of 27.
He had an exhilarating, exciting life, I'm sure. And he
I
died
wouldn't
young.
want to die at 27. No.
But he is one of the greatest rock stars of all time. You can't be the greatest rock star of all time and a Catholic monk.
No, you can't. But at the end, he died alone.
Well, I don't know if he died alone or not.
He died alone.
Some people think he was killed.
Because of that exhilarating life that people were envious of. Envious of his talent, envious of the money and the lifestyle and how much he was living his life, which is nothing wrong with that, living a full life like that, but there's things that come with it.
Yeah, but I think as long as you're willing to accept the consequences, then there's nothing wrong with it. Just when you get to the end, don't complain about how it's
you
ending.
Live your life.
Yeah.
Exactly. So if you decide that you want to live a life that is fast, living life in the fast lane, basically. Okay?
Life in the fast lane.
That's fine. But if people can be that Catholic monk and they're just like, I'm going to, if I have fulfillment and happiness in my heart and I'm content and this is the life that I've chosen, then I'm going to live a long, happy life like this. This is my life.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And I'm okay with that,
Yeah.
I accept my life like that. Like, I look at my life now, I've lived, let me tell you, I have lived both sides. So no, I'm not famous. No, I haven't lived the Hollywood lifestyle. Probably would, if I ever did, I would probably be dead if I lived it the way I was living. But I lived the crazy lifestyle. I did. I went out. I was in the streets.
Mm-hmm.
I partied. Yeah. I did all that. Clubbing, whatever, was always gone.
Yeah.
And even some people still will do that from their 20s to their 40s to their 50s. Like, they never stop doing that. And that's fine. That's for them,
Yeah.
They just love that lifestyle. I do not like that lifestyle anymore. Like, I mean, you're grown. Like, even at this point, I could be like, all right, I'm going out now. Like, I raised you, you're good, But I don't, at this stage of my life, I like to go out, but I don't like to go to bars.
Yeah.
It's a different sort of going out. I don't need to go to nightclubs,
Mm-hmm.
No. But I can still live my life and be happy.
I don't know. I'd rather be Jimi Hendrix.
Well, let me just say this. You can play, and I think like a certain part of his life, yeah, that would be great to live. You just don't need the alcohol and the pills and
But that's
the
part
psychedelics.
that's part of the fun.
Oh, Tristan. Oh, my goodness. This is why we're going to be talking about addiction. This is going to be a very interesting topic. This is why we're going to be talking about this next week. And we're going to have a guest with us next week. So you're going to get a whole earful next week. So, but no, I mean, if that's the life you would choose. So is that why you don't want to like play the guitar and
No,
never, is that why you never wanted me to kind of put any of your videos that you've played and kind of promote you? Because I wanted to promote you and you were like, don't put me on there, I don't want to, I'm not good. And you never wanted me to do that, and you're freaking fantastic freaking guitar player.
No, that has nothing to do with it. That's a whole separate, that has nothing to do with it. I'm just saying, if I had a choice, of course I'd rather be Jimi Hendrix over the monk, is all I'm saying. It has nothing to do with my life personally right now.
I'm going to be promoting him. But no, I think, yeah, I mean, well, that would be your choice.
Yeah.
That would be your choice. I would want you to live past 27.
If I died and there was reincarnation and I had a choice, that's the one I would choose.
Okay.
Yeah. For sure.
It's your choice.
Yeah. Or maybe Harrison Ford.
You can still live a long life and have, and
Yeah,
be
I
happy.
think Harrison Ford or Clint Eastwood. Clint Eastwood had a pretty good life, I
Oh
think.
yeah, amazing life,
Yeah.
and still is
See, some
alive.
people can live fast and they live long still.
Exactly. So it depends on you have to think through the consequences of your actions. Logic.
Hmm.
Logic. You can still live, but see, they lived that life. They learned lessons in it as well.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think that, yeah, you can definitely live a good life, an exciting life in that sort of lifestyle. But then you, the key is to have people around you that ground you.
Hmm.
They're going to call you out on your BS.
Yeah.
I'm serious.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Of course.
So I'll call you out on it. You don't like to hear it, but I do it. But I'm your mom. So just what you're going to have to deal with.
Whatever.
Whatever, nothing.
Whatever.
You love it.
So, do you think that Diddy is going to go to prison
No,
at all?
no. House arrest.
House arrest? Come on. There's no way.
Gosh, come on. You really think Diddy's going to go to prison? Come on.
It's possible.
Oh, jeez.
It's possible if they
I'll
don't
tell-
if
I'll
they
tell-
don't if they don't suicide him.
I'll tell you what. Possibly, but I don't know. I'm just, and I hate to say it, but like I'm losing faith in our justice system.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. There's 2 tiers of justice in this country. No, I'm sorry, 3 tiers. It's just they don't, there's a racial one, there's a poor one, and there's a rich one.
Yeah.
And that's what our justice system is.
But plenty of rich people have gone to prison.
For how long?
Harvey Weinstein is still in prison.
Yeah, that's true. Bernie Madoff, but that's because he
Yeah.
stole from really rich people and they were pissed off.
Yeah.
And they were like, "We're going to show you."
Yeah, that's your
That's why. That's why he, that's why he got some time, but yeah, no.
You think it's going to be like a Bill Cosby thing where he got out. He did a little time.
This is amazing. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just amazed. I don't know.
I couldn't believe Bill Cosby got out
Yeah.
after that. What was the reason he got out?
I don't know. Probably had something to do with the witness. Who knows?
Yeah. I don't
I don't think that I don't know. Something with her. I don't know if it was something with her testimony. I don't know what it was. And that was like 40 years later. 30 years later.
Yeah.
Then he finally went to prison. He went to prison around the same time Harvey Weinstein did, didn't he?
I think so.
Or maybe around the same time or a little bit before.
Yeah, it was around the same time.
Yeah.
It was all the, part of the Me Too movement.
Yeah. Yeah.
He was released simply because a friendly prosecutor years ago didn't have the courage Cosby's victims had to prosecute him. Okay, what's the actual reason, though? Because they're just, trying to be smart.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't remember, I don't remember why he was released. And then people were pissed.
He was released on an overturned sexual assault conviction.
They overturned it.
And
Yeah.
less than a month after losing a civil trial on another sexual assault, Bill Cosby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they overturned it.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, come on, that's Bill. Come on, it's America's dad.
With pudding pops. Fudge pudding pops. I don't know. Okay, yeah, they were all. I'll tell you what. This is what it is, people. So
What is it?
there's a lot of people in Hollywood that are pedophiles. Okay,
Yeah.
have been for many, 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 many years. Let's just say it like this: whenever Cat Williams was on Club Shay Shay, that's when the shit just popped off.
Yeah, this whole year's
And
been crazy.
he said that 2024 was going to be the year when everybody was going to be found out, and I'll be damned.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So I mean, it's just what it is,
Yeah.
and they need to be found out.
Yeah.
I mean, it's time. My gosh, think about all this stuff that's happened with the Amanda Bynes and that poor girl, you
Yeah.
know. I mean, these kids that were on Nickelodeon, and I remember watching Nickelodeon when I was younger. I was like, man, I would love to be on like Double Dare and all those television shows. That would be so cool.
Mm-hmm.
No, no. I mean, those poor kids were victimized.
Yeah.
And I mean, people are like, well, it happened a long time ago. It's like, how would you feel if that was your child? That is somebody's child.
Yeah. Yeah, they were.
I don't care how old they are. It's somebody's kid. I mean, come on. The whole thing makes me sick. I'm just sorry. It just does. And it's just, and I guess it gets to me because I hear this too as a counselor, and people, have had sexual trauma, and yeah, it's just, and when I hear people make comments and downplay it, and just like, well, they should just left. Well,
It's not that simple. It's not
not
always
that
that simple.
simple. It's the same thing when people say, oh my gosh, just stop drinking, or just stop doing drugs. Well,
Yeah.
no, people can't do that. It's just, you can't.
Yeah.
That's why they have counselors like me and other therapists to help them through it. It's
Mhm.
just not, yeah. The whole thing, I don't know what's going on in our culture now in society. I don't know.
Do you think Drake is a pedophile?
I have no idea. I don't know. I don't know enough about Drake or Kendrick Lamar to.
Well,
Yeah,
he's been
just-
accused of this. There's been some kind of, I don't think Drake is a pedophile personally, but there's, like a few years ago, the girl from Stranger Things, Millie Bobby Brown.
Yes.
Apparently, like they had each other's numbers and they would text, which there's nothing wrong with that. But he was like, she said he would give her like boy advice and like stuff like that,
Hmm.
And I mean, and same thing with Billie Eilish. I don't think she said anything about advice, but he would text these young girls when they were underage. A lot of people have accused him of grooming.
The girls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe not them specifically, but there's other
girls.
That people think that, but there's a video of him at a concert when he was like, or he was performing when he was like 22 or 23 or something.
Yeah.
And somebody in his team brought a 17-year-old girl up.
Yeah.
And then she said how old she was, like after she got up there, and he was like complimenting her on her body, I guess, and then he gave her a kiss.
Oh no.
But I mean, her father was right there, in the crowd, and they didn't say anything about it.
Sometimes parents don't care.
And she even came out and said like there was nothing weird about it or anything. It's not like he tongued her down.
Well, no. Well, was it a kiss on the cheek or was it a kiss on the lips?
I think it was like a peck on the lips.
I don't know. Ugh.
But I'm not trying to I'm not trying to justify it at all. I'm just saying
Right,
he was like my age. I wouldn't kiss a
Yeah.
17-year-old. I'm just saying he was like my age or maybe a year younger. 17 is, I don't know what state they were in, but it very possibly could have been the age of consent.
Age of consent. Yeah. Yeah. Some states have that.
Some are as low as 16.
So even you saying, because you're 23 years old, and so you even sitting there saying, like, I'm 23 and I wouldn't kiss a 17-year-old. So even the idea of it is just like, it's a little bit too young. Right? It's just like, it's not.
Yeah.
It's like that borderline where you're like, even 18 is still like, you're still like barely. You're still a teenager.
Well, I mean,
It's just-
18, I'm 23. I'd probably kiss an 18-year-old. Is that weird?
She's 18. Like, she's legal.
Yeah.
17 is like, I get it, but you're 17. 18 is kind of like, okay, like you're legal. I mean,
Yeah.
any man that is texting a girl that is 17 or younger, not okay.
But they weren't having like explicit conversations
I don't
or
care.
anything.
You shouldn't even have their number. I don't care.
I
if
mean,
they're
but
the
it's
same-
because they're in the same industry. They're entertainers.
no.
He might be giving her entertainment advice,
Well,
the business advice or whatever. I don't know what they were talking
Well,
about.
that's why they have agents and business managers to give them that advice. You don't need to get that from somebody who, I mean, I could see like if you're working on a movie or a set and you're getting that from like a mentor or somebody older, but not, on set where there's other supervision, but not somebody who has it in their phone. That's just me. And maybe that's just like an old school way of thinking, but that's how my brain sees it. It should not be. No. And if anybody's like, oh, well, that's okay that they do that, it's enabling that behavior. And and they know that they can get away with it because other people are enabling it.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're like, oh, I got away with this one. Then they move to the next one and the next one. Nobody's there to hold them accountable. Nobody's there to protect these young girls and boys.
Yeah.
They're not. And it's not just the girls, it's the young guys, the young boys that are being abused too.
Yeah.
They're just not. There's no rationale for it. There's no rationalization for that behavior. There's just not.
Yeah, I agree.
No. And the parents are just like, oh yeah, it's okay. They're a celebrity. No, it's not okay. They're still a predator.
Well, I don't know if Drake.
I don't know if Drake. I'm not talking about specifically about Drake, but individuals who do that. Like no man should have a young girl's phone number. I don't care if you're in the same damn industry.
it's kind of weird.
You should not have it.
It's a little weird.
Yeah. I want you to really think about it. I think sometimes whenever we put this label like, oh, they're a celebrity, it seems like we give people who are on this status, like we put them on a higher status, like it's okay, we excuse that behavior. But the bottom line is these people are human and they're regular individuals. Mm-hmm. They're not gods.
Yeah.
Okay. And these people they make mistakes like everybody else. They have sicknesses like everybody else. And, they can be sociopaths and psychopaths like anybody else.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that about it, but they're not above anybody else. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And we can, kind of put them in that category.
Mm-hmm.
Think about it.
Yeah.
Why do you think they jump from relationship to relationship? A lot of them.
Yeah, that's true.
Why can't you keep somebody?
Well, they don't always want to keep somebody.
And ask yourself why.
Well, they want to live the fast life.
The fast life, yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But like, he just date.
Yeah.
I know, but yeah, I don't know. It's just like I'm saying, normal like everybody else.
Yeah.
But they're no better. So yeah, I mean, I don't know that much about Drake. I don't know that much about Kendrick Lamar. There was things about him like he was physically abusing his wife and those side. I don't know. That's their personal life. I don't know that,
Yeah, the whole beef kind of,
it
kind of turned into just like a gossip, like just,
These are men.
Just slinging. It was really just slinging mud at each other. That's what it turned out to be.
Yeah.
It wasn't. I mean, the music was good that came out of it, but at the end, it wasn't really about the music. It was really about who lied better or who told the truth better.
Right. Yeah. And it wasn't. Yeah. And I liked the music, but it was just like, the men they're just as bad as the women, if not worse. I'm just like, between the political stuff going on, the Kendrick and Drake beef, the Diddy stuff, it's like, what the hell is going on in America? I wonder what the other countries are like. What the hell is going on over there? This is what they find important? Come on.
I mean, it was pretty important to me.
I'm not saying people shouldn't enjoy things. I'm just and find entertainment in things because it's kind of like an escape from life, and I get that. I'm not saying people shouldn't have an outlet, but man, I don't know. I just get tired of it.
Yeah, I feel you.
It just wears me down. It really does.
Yeah.
So I don't know what else to say. I'm sorry if this podcast turned into my bitch session, but it's just how I'm feeling.
No, yeah.
I
get it. That's fine. You express yourself.
It's just like, ugh. It drives me crazy.
Yeah.
You know? And yeah, I want to be happy, and yeah, it's like everything on social media is just and the news is so depressing.
That it is, for sure.
I don't even watch the news half the time. Mom's like, you don't know what's going on? I'm like, I don't watch the news. It's all bad. There's nothing good on the news except the weather in Florida. That's the only thing good. And that the only good thing that happened today is me and Johnny went out to the farmer's market. That was fun.
Yeah.
We did. They had some really good stuff.
I bet they did.
Fresh vegetables, greens,
Mm-hmm.
fresh fish.
Fresh fish.
Well, not outside. It was across in a building, air-conditioned building on ice. But yes, yeah, it was downtown. So yeah. So that was good to get out and get away. We just decided to go, but
Yeah.
I had to get away from all the stress of everything. And then you were asleep all day, so what do I do?
Well, kind of, not really. I meant to sleep all day.
Yeah, and I've had a lot going on this week too. Like I've lost my caseload of people at work.
That's good.
It's not good.
Why isn't it good?
Because I'm gonna be cross certified as a counselor in the state of Illinois.
Mm-hmm.
So because something changed with Missouri Medicaid, and now now they transferred all of my Missouri members or clients to another counselor. So starting Monday, I have no clients to see. I'm still employed with the company, but I'm going to be doing something else.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I just want to let you know, I just farted.
Tristan, really? Oh my gosh.
And I think we should end the pod on that.
That is so disgusting.
I was hoping you would hear it. It was really quiet.
I can't believe you just said that on here.
Why? Why?
Okay. Well, yeah, we're going to end it on that. So just forget about me pouring my heart out about the fact that
I was listening to you.
I have worked with these members that are struggling with addiction, and they were so upset. And I'm not going to be working with them anymore. And then you're like, hey, I just did this. We're going to end it there. Okay. Well, whatever. All right. Well, I can talk about that next week. Okay. So this is the Tay and Tristan Hour. Remember, everybody, that we are still on Spotify. We are uploading videos on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
We are on iHeartRadio and Apple Podcasts. And we also have an Instagram page, which is the Tay and Tristan Podcast.
Mm-hmm.
And we're still waiting on our TikTok.
I forgot.
So this is what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna get the TikTok page set up because I am the one that's up all night, and I'm just gonna go ahead and do it. So we'll have the TikTok page up this week, probably within the next few days, because I will have probably not a whole lot to do during the week with work, so I'll have a little bit more time, and I'm gonna only work in 2 days this week, next week, so I can get it done.
Yeah.
So I will get the TikTok page set up, and also remember that we're also on Amazon Music podcast as well. So, and next week we're going to be talking about living a sober lifestyle. So we're going to be hitting on some addiction topics, some top keys to living a life without being dependent on illicit substances. And for our next week's podcast episode, we are going to have my hubby Johnny, who's going to be joining us for this conversation. So, and I'm sure we'll get into some other interesting hijinks
For sure.
with with Johnny. So yeah, so that should be an interesting one. Yeah. And he's so excited.
Oh, I know he is.
Because every time me and Tristan do the podcast and he's not able to do it, he just walks back and he's like, okay. He's so sad because he wants to be a part of it. So he's going to be here next week. And yeah, so that's going to be our topic.
Yeah.
And so with that being said, I think that's all that we've got for today.
That's it.
So I just want to tell everybody out there, God bless and make good choices. And we will see all of you on the flip side next week.
On the flip side.
There you go.
Thanks for watching, everybody.
All right. Thanks.
Have a good night.
Guys. Bye.